Hey everybody, welcome back to Country Boy Guns. My name's Will, and this series is going to be all about disassembly and reassembly of some of the most popular firearms in the hands of Americans today. Of course, this information is included in a ton of other reviews out there, but it's usually buried somewhere in the video and not so easy to find. These videos are meant to be a one-stop shop for anyone who just needs help with taking their gun apart and putting it back together. Now let's take a look at today's gun. Today we're going to be taking a look at Glocks. Now specifically this is a Glock 17 Gen 3, however all Glocks assemble and disassemble pretty much the exact same, so you're not gonna have to worry too much about specific models here. So rather than listen to me talk for 20 minutes, why don't we go ahead, just jump in, start taking a look at how to take the gun apart and put it back together. Sorry to interrupt the video, guys, but I need you to do me a favor. Recently, several companies have come on board with Country Boy Guns and have taken me on as an affiliate with them. What that means is if you use my links to go shop on their websites and you buy something, I get a portion of that sale to come back to the channel. That lets me buy ammo, buy accessories, buy guns, buy gas for range strips, buy camera equipment, pay for trips that I have upcoming, which I do have at least one really cool trip coming up this year that I'm really excited about. All of those funds that come back to me support the channel. They support me. They support the work and the content that I'm making here. So if you'd like to support this channel, the best way for you to do that is to use the first link in my description down below, which will take you to my brand new website. On my website, I'll have a list of all of the companies that I have affiliate links with. If you just click on that company name, it'll take you straight to their website using my affiliate link, and from there, like I said, whatever you buy or whatever memberships you sign up for, I do get a portion of that that comes back to help with Country Boy Guns. So if you don't mind, please do me a favor, go check out my website. It'll be the top link in the description below. Again, any of those companies you want to shop from, go over there, see if they've got something you want, and use my links to shop with those companies. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Now let's get back to the video. All right, so let's talk about how to take your Glock apart for the first time. It's actually pretty simple, but there's a few things that you're gonna need to know and be aware of. First, make sure you keep it pointed in a safe direction at all times. It's really important, one, because it's one of the rules of firearm safety, and two, because you should treat this gun like it's loaded, another firearm safety rule. And I know actually for a fact this one is, so I'm gonna be super careful with it, make sure that I'm handling it safely, all right? So point it in a safe direction, keep your finger off the trigger. Now I'm gonna release my magazine by hitting this button right here behind the trigger guard. That's your magazine release. Pull the magazine out, set it aside. Then I'm going to push up on the slide lock, slide release lever, whatever you wanna call it, as I pull the slide back. Now I'm doing this weird because I'm behind a camera. Usually I would do it a little differently, but I'm actually gonna cup my hand over this ejection port so that when the round in the chamber comes out, I just catch it and it's there. So as I'm pulling the slide back, I'm pushing up on the lever. That's what locks it open. Take that round, set it aside. Now I'm going to visually and physically inspect, make sure there's no magazine in the gun, make sure that there's no round in the chamber, no round on the breech face. Gun's clear, we're good to go. Very important you do those things in that order. Take the magazine out first, because if you don't, then you're taking the round out of the chamber and putting another round in the chamber as you cycle the gun, so doesn't exactly help. Magazine, then chamber, just remember that. Next, we go ahead, send the slide home. Again, point in a safe direction, pull the trigger. See how the trigger stays back that time? I'll show you again. So the trigger's forward, I pull the trigger, and now it's back. That means that I can now disassemble the gun. You can't disassemble a Glock unless you pull the trigger. So that is what it is. And it doesn't bother me that I have to pull the trigger. I know some people get really worked up about that. It doesn't bother me. But anyway, now I'm gonna grab the Glock just like so around the slide, and I'm gonna pull back just that much, not a lot, not enough to re-engage the trigger bar, because then I got to start the process over again. Just enough that I can pull down on these tabs right here above on either side of the gun, above the trigger, pull them down, let the slide go, push it forward, pull it off the frame. That's all you need to do to field strip as far as the frame is concerned. So I'm gonna set the frame aside. Now I've got my slide, flip it upside down. I'm gonna pull my recoil spring out, just compress it a little bit, pull it upwards, and boom, there it is. That's simple. From there, I actually had a recoil buffer in there, but that's not part of it, so don't worry about that little guy. That's not standard for a Glock. Then on my barrel, I'm gonna just reach in, grab it, see how it wants to push forward, just lift it up, pull it out the back. Another way you can do this is to actually turn the gun right side up, and it should just fall out and pull back. That's it. That's all there is to taking the gun apart. Now, let's put it back together. So now we're gonna basically just do the exact same thing, but in the opposite order. I'm gonna take my slide here, take my barrel, make sure that the flat top part of the barrel is towards the top of the slide, not these locking lugs down here. Those go down when the gun's assembled, just like so. Locking lugs down here, flat part up top. From there, just take my recoil spring, make sure that the rounded end goes back in the front. This is an aftermarket recoil spring, in case you were wondering. This is not a stock Glock recoil spring or guide rod. But put that back in the front through that hole in the slide, push it in, and then push the back down until it sets on that ledge, just like it was before we took it off. Take my slide, line up, get it to focus, line up these rails here at the back of the slide with these rails here on the frame. Doing this around a tripod again, it's always fun. Make sure that you actually get those same rails lined up with these rails here in the back. It's really easy sometimes to not line them up properly. Just make sure they're lined up as you slide it on, pull the slide back, let it go, and that's it. You now have a reassembled Glock pistol ready to go. Well, there it is, guys. That's it. It really is just that simple. Glocks are some of the simplest and easiest firearms to take apart, put back together, work on, change out parts, etc. So if you guys are just adding an accessory, taking it apart to clean it, whatever, it's a super easy handgun to deal with. I hope you found today's video useful, or at least entertaining. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Also subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Both of those things really do help me out with the algorithm, and they also give me motivation to keep going and pushing and producing content for you guys. So I really appreciate that. If you have any questions, do me a favor, leave them down in the comment below. I love having conversations with you guys down there. It's always a lot of fun, and I learn a lot at the same time. So please leave a comment. If you'd rather, you can send me an email or a DM on Instagram. I'll have all that linked in the description below, as well as right here on the screen for you guys to make it easy. Don't forget to go check out my website, guys. I just put it up today, right before filming this, actually. It's got all of the affiliate links on it. So go take a look. If you guys are thinking about buying anything, especially from any of those companies listed there, please use my links. It'll really help out a lot with the channel. All of those funds come back directly to support the channel, so I can make more and better content for you guys. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. Y'all take it easy, roll tide, and I'll see you later.